Lawrence Ma, just looking at the significance of those live pictures today, if Carrie Lam thought day one of the new academic year would mean the protesters would go away, Carrie Lam was wrong.
Oh yes, I mean I wouldn't say that she would expect them to go away because of the start of the school terms. There has been belief that students would go back to school as normal, and today there are of course a lot of students would normally go back to school. They go back to school. Only there are a few, a couple hundred of them who are actually participating and continuing the protests. But I think the large majority of the students do resume school.
Has the signalling from Beijing now tipped over or pivoted over into being a warning? I mean, some editorials this morning, your time, talking about the protesters as being crazy and vicious. Yes, there was some vandalism. We saw it live. But that was a very, very small percentage of tens of thousands of people who've been out on the streets now for the best part of 12 weeks.
Yes, of course, the violent protesters have been, up to today, have been arrested, counted to about 1,000 of them. I think 70 of them have been laid charges on. But that means that there are a lot of support for the withdrawal of the bill. The central government's editorial, I don't think it does carry much weight in Hong Kong because not many people do read the news in the mainland China in the editorial of the Xinhua, because they are all focused on local Apple Daily News, local newspaper. So I don't think many of the protesters will pay attention to that. I don't think the news editorial has actually make people come out to protest more. I don't think it has that tremendous effect. No, it doesn't.
OK, briefly, I mean, do the students represent a particular problem for Carrie Lam and also for the central government in Beijing? I mean, Beijing has been critical of teachers for not inculcating, quotes, patriotic values in Hong Kong, i.e. brainwashing the young people.
Well, that's true. Hongkong's information is pretty one-sided. Many of them watched a newspaper called Apple Daily, which has been pretty anti-government, and is anti-pro establishment, and has been very critical of the government. And that is a very popular newspaper, and people read that. And day by day, month by month, year by year, many of them have built up the anti-government sentiment, which is optimistic for any color revolution drive for them to overthrow the government or have an anarchy in Hong Kong, so that the anarchy in Hong Kong would destabilize the central government in Beijing.
Lawrence Ma in Hong Kong, thank you very much.